Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Tracy and Ty talking about building profitable programs, logic model mastery again. That's what we're doing. We're talking about how you can get to the money through the programs. So, Ty, and today's topic again is social justice. This is part two of building social justice programs because, like we said yesterday, there's like tons of money out there for social justice causes. You just have to know how to get to the money, not to quote Nene Leakes' song, but you got to know how to get to the money, right? And to get to the money, you have to have the programs
Hmm.
in place. So go ahead, Ty, while I share this out.
Yeah, I mean, right now you see social unrest, social justice. My daughter was talking about Ben and Jerry's yesterday and their big move. I've always loved Ben and Jerry's anyway. The ice cream is a little bit costly compared to Mayfield and Bluebell, but but they've always been on their social justice game. And if you follow them at all, most of their funding awards are focused on social justice, even before now.
It's in their mission.
Yeah. And so if you are an organization even before now, that would be a potential source of funding for you to connect with them and to seek out funding opportunities. What we're seeing a lot of right now because of the announcements and because of the push for social justice is that a lot of folk are trying to jump on the social justice bandwagon, and are not really connected to a cause, hadn't been supporting anything, don't even know. It's like, look, we don't stand for nothing. But then when you got the social justice money out there, they're trying to get into it. What they're gonna find to be disappointing a lot of times is that they're gonna look for this funding or apply for these awards and not be awarded it because it doesn't fit their mission or it doesn't fit the progression of their organization. So partnering with other organizations. We talked about this yesterday. Tracy mentioned partnering with other organizations that will help you to kind of venture into that. That's not what you've already been doing, but you want somebody who is strong enough already to show some results, to show some movement in the direction of social justice, so that that works for your organization as well. A lot of people right now are trying to create new organizations around social justice. Yeah. Tracy's like, kind of for one, because they go, oh, the money is out there. Y'all always talking about following the trend. So the trend, if the money right here, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna follow this one. But that's not the best way to do that. Again, if there should be tons of organizations around the country. There's some in your community that you haven't reached out to that already focus on this, that already have this thing as a center of their mission or part of their programs. Look into your own programs and see what it is you have to offer within your program and how offering what you have could be something that these other organizations could get into to make their program even that much better. What can you have? What can y'all collaborate on during this time to make sure that you are just kind of not just jumping all over the place as it relates to your mission, but you are also strengthening your mission through your work with them.
Right. And one of the things about trends that we have to talk about is that the word trend, right? What's a trend? Something that's hyped and trendy for now. It's something that everybody's talking about for a moment, but trends tend to die off. So with George George Floyd's funeral yesterday, are all the riots going to stop? Is the trend of Black power, Black Lives Matter, social justice, justice for this, justice for that, is all of that going to stop because now he has been laid to rest? Are we going, because we're a society of people who forget things really quickly, it seems like, especially things that are trendy. Um, and I would hate to see this pass as a trend and not continue to be a fight that we need to champion. But if you're jumping on it because it's a trend, or you're jumping on anything because it's trendy, just remember that trends die out. So if you're
Mhm.
not in it for the long haul and you're not going to create some type of sustainability around your program where you can see it being embedded, like you said, not changing your mission, but embedding it in your current mission, then it isn't something that you should jump on.
Mhm.
Just running after the money is not where it's at. It burns you out. It causes you to become confused, and it creates confusion around your mission as well. And if you need clarity in your mission for people to actually support it. Because if I'm questioning, like, what do you do? what's going on? It's going to be, I'm not going to want to support it because I'm not sure where my money's going to go, who it's going to be helping, and so on and so forth. So instead of, like Ty said, instead of changing your mission or jumping on that bandwagon, see how you can embed it in your current mission. See how you can collaborate with other organizations who have already been championing that cause and working closely with them, either through your nonprofit organization or as an individual, to champion that cause. But you do not want to create brand confusion for your nonprofit organization. Hello? Ty, are you stuck again? Yeah, so you don't want to create that type of brand confusion. Granted, there's a lot of money out there that you can take advantage of, but you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of it in a way that you're going to be able to create impact and outcome from it and keep your brand mission intact. So like I gave the analogy, like right now, say you're doing a summer program, like your organization deals with children, and the summer program is going on currently. You don't want to now stop what you're doing to talk about social justice. You want to incorporate social justice into the current curriculum that you have for your summer program, which is pretty easy to do. So you just kind of want to do a merging, like a marriage. Think about marriage. When you get married, you're not taking away who you are as a person. You're just bringing someone into the fold, and you guys are going to merge seamlessly together. At least that's how it should be. You want to do that with adding social justice causes to your current offering so that you can enhance what you're offering and that you can also get money from that component. You don't want to start new programs, you just want to enhance what you already have. And that will allow you or propel you to be able to apply for grants that surround social justice. It is something that we need to continue to talk about. So yes, we're telling you that you should get on that bandwagon, but you don't want to make it, you don't want to change everything you're doing just to get onto that bandwagon. Girl, what is going on?
AT&T and me, I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
I did not unplug the computer today at all. I'm sitting very still.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And so I was just giving the analogy of marriage and how to bring social justice into your organization. I say it's like a marriage. When you get married, you don't take away who you are. You just bring someone else into your fold, and then you're supposed to join together seamlessly.
Supposed to make it better, right?
Right. And that's how you can put social justice into your current offerings. Like I made another analogy about summer programs. If you're having summer programs for kids, if that's what your nonprofit's mission is all about, how you can add that to the curriculum instead of creating a whole new curriculum for it. Just add components of it, and that will help to propel you to be able to apply for grants that surround social justice.
Mm-hmm. And with that, being able to add components, you show the funder that you have done some work.
Mm-hmm.
All this, all this seed, ground zero stuff. Even when there's a seed in the ground, it has to be dirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
in order for the seed to grow. And I think we get it twisted. We're like, okay, I'm starting from air. I'm starting from thin air, and I want somebody to give me $1 million for my idea, that you don't even have on paper, and it doesn't have measurable outcomes, and we don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be able to have some substance when you're approaching funders. You want to have at least some type of start to what you're doing. So if you're doing something with after school programs or whatever, the fact that you've been doing this and you've been creating some movement, you're changing some lives, folk are getting better scores on their ACT, they're passing their math, whatever. These are the things that you want to communicate to the funder. Hey, we've been doing this. This is what we've been doing so far. And if you give us some money, we can do that much more. We can do a little bit better. But this is where we start. We got the dirt. We just need the seed. If you ain't got the dirt, we didn't give you no seeds.
You need to water it so that it can grow. Mm-hmm. So it's a full package. And that is what we really want you guys to understand about creating these programs. Again, it's not about curriculums only. It's about a full package. Who's going to be teaching this? Who's going to be running the programs? What are their qualifications? How is the program going to be run? How are you going to acquire the students? What are the benchmarks for the people coming into the program? Because you have to have some set standards for who you're going to accept and who you're not going to accept. And if you're not going to accept those people, what are you going to do with them? Is it that you're not accepting them into this program and you have an alternative program for them to go into, or you're not accepting them into this program at all, but you have an affiliation with another nonprofit organization who can provide them with services that they need so that they can later come back and enter into your program.
Mm-hmm. And that's why those community partnerships are so good. We mentioned partnership yesterday and how people don't like to partner. But what do you do with these people who don't qualify for your program, or you don't have the resources for in your program? Are you just going to leave them? It's just, I talk to people about that, especially when things are like suicide and counseling and things like that. If you can't serve them, you can't just let them go.
Right.
What do you do? What do you do with, I can't, we don't got nothing for you.
Right.
If my kid is hungry and you don't have any food, and you don't have any food at your organization, where are you gonna send? Where are you gonna tell me to go? Can you tell me somewhere else I can go to get some food?
Right.
And we're missing this, and partnership is so important in that, because you have to have these connections in your community. Funders like that. They like to know that they're getting the biggest bang for their buck and how they're going to get it. Because when they look at you, they say, oh, they're partnering with this group over here. They're serving this group over here. They're filling in gaps over there. So if we give them a little bit of money, they're going to be able to stretch it. It could be just your referral network. Well, I can't serve them, but I can send them over here and they can still get service. Knowing what that looks like, knowing who qualifies and who doesn't qualify, what your qualification criteria looks like, how much is it going to cost for each of these people to participate in whatever it is you have them participating in.
Right.
Budgets.
Right.
Budgets. Yes.
So we get into all of that in the program. And when it comes to partnerships, we tell you how to approach partners, what the partnership should look like, how you should determine whether the partnership is working or it's not working, how to sit down and talk to them so you make sure that you have you've clearly outlined what your expectations are, what their expectations are, how they are going to fold into your current programs, or how you need them to help you to expand your current programs. So it's like a whole, it's very intricate, and everything that we talk about in this mastery class is going to help you to get funding. That is the end goal, to help you, whatever you're investing in this class today, you are going to be able to make 10 or maybe even 20 times that amount if you follow the steps step by step. And again, that's why Ty and I decided to make it free?
Funded or free, right? Funded or free guarantee. Right. And if you follow the steps, if you follow the blueprint, Tracy mentioned blueprint yesterday. This is one of these things that you have to follow to the T. Like, you're going to follow. If you follow the instructions and you do it as we guide you, you're going to be able to reach the goals that you're set out to reach in this program. There's no question about that. And a lot of times when you're seeing people who are coming into coaching programs, they're coming into things like masteries, they want to miss steps. It's like, because it's work. This is work.
It's work.
If we got to work, y'all got to work.
That's what I was just about to say. We have to work. If we get 20 people in the program, that's 20 people's plans that we have to look at, sit down, critique it, give you feedback, and then take you to the next level. Sit down, critique that, and take for 6 months. We're doing this. We're working with you in groups and one-on-one to make sure that you are fully funded.
Implementation, accountability. Yes. And a lot of times we'll get a lot of information. I'm guilty of that sometimes. I'll get in classes and I'll just get a whole bunch of information. And I'm like, not implementing anything. Right. If you don't implement it, it's not going to work. I can sit up here all day and I can teach you all day. Tracy can teach you all day. We can give you all the guides, all the workbooks, everything that you need to get this done. But if you don't put your feet to the pavement and do the work, nothing's going to happen. Right. So this is one of those programs that you are going to have to follow the guidance exactly, as we instruct you to do, because we know these are the kind of results that we get from people who are implementing what it is that we ask them to implement, based on the experience that we have, based on the knowledge that we have, based on what we know the results are going to be if you do the work. We're just not making this up overnight. This is some trench work that we in the trenches, right? Work that we've done to know what actually works and what does not work. Tracy talks about a lot of times about curriculums and how the fact that curriculums are not programs.
Mhm.
And we see a lot of that confusion going on where I'll ask somebody to give me a program. They just give me their curriculum. I'm like, oh, tell me about this. You know, what are your
And
goals? What are
curriculums
you
that
gonna
are not
measure?
even well written.
Yeah.
Because putting down that then you're going to do step 1, 2, 3, that's not a curriculum because I write curriculums for a living as well. I used to be a teacher.
Mhm.
Most of the curriculums that I see that nonprofits give to me, they're not curriculums.
Mm-mm. They're outlines of
Yeah,
something.
they're outlines.
And they don't even follow a lot of times. It's
Right.
like, okay, what is that? They don't connect. So you want to make sure that what you're writing, even programs, when I tell people, show me your program, they'll show me something like that. They'll show me
Mhm.
they'll give me a paragraph that's kind of a narrative, but not really a narrative. Just kind of like we do this, and not really understanding the difference between a service versus a program or an activity versus an event. There's
Right.
several different spins on this, and you'll believe that you have a program, but at the end of the day, when you're not getting the results, that's when you understand, oh, that may not have been a program. But then that's going to be too late because by this time you've spent money out of your pocket, and people come all the time. I paid out of my pocket to do this. It's because you're doing activities.
Yes.
You're giving people stuff. When you're doing services, you're giving people things, and you're not necessarily expecting them to do anything in return. When you're providing, when I'm over here saying I'm giving socks to the homeless, that's the service that I'm providing based on this activity that I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give homeless people socks. They don't have to come back and give me anything. I'm just out here giving the
Right.
socks away, right? So if I got some fundraisers going on to give these socks away, that's going to be the end of that. That's not highly sustainable because next year I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be asking for donations again to give out more socks, and then my supporters are going to be like, "Didn't we give y'all socks last year? We tried to giving y'all socks," and then it's going to die down and fizzle out and burn out eventually,
Yeah.
right?
I'm glad you made that analogy because that was the same analogy I was going to use. Giving out food. People who do that, you're giving out. I've done that. I've put care packages together. I've given out food. That's not a program. That's just me doing, like you said, a service, and that's it. That's all
Yeah.
I'm providing is a service.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
you're not taking them through the steps. If you're giving out food, I ate today. But if you teach me how to cook, or you teach me how to shop,
I'll be able
I
to
may
do
not
it.
have to come back for your food next time. And
Mhm.
that's what the funder wants. The funder is not here to support you for your lifetime. That's
No.
not what they're here for. You go, okay, well, I'm gonna provide food plates, and I'll go back to them tomorrow and ask for more money for food plates. I'm gonna ask next month for more money for food plates. I'm gonna ask next year. At some point, the funder's gonna be like, this is not really making a difference. We're enabling everybody. We're making everybody rely on us for food.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is, if I want to eradicate homelessness, is to have people to stop being homeless,
Mm-hmm.
not to keep them homeless. If I want to help families have better diets, the objective is to not just give them healthy food, but to teach them how to shop for healthy food. So that when they're no longer with us, they know how to go out and get it.
Right. And can we talk a little bit about, because we're not going to stay here long today. We're not going to drag this all the way out like we do sometimes, but with programs, let's talk about the fact that in a nonprofit organization, a lot of people think that everything needs to be given away freely because it's nonprofit, not realizing that the non in nonprofit does not mean free profit. Right? So one of the income generating activities that nonprofits should be partaking in, and we'll really get into that in this program as well, is charging for your programs and your services that you are providing around the programs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's big because everybody wants to give it away. I'm a nonprofit, so I'm gonna give. No, ma'am. You have to diversify your funding efforts first of all, and funders look at that. This is why y'all are struggling so hard to get that first major grant, because when they look at your revenue streams, they don't see anything,
No.
and they're like, okay, so you want me to give you $200,000, and nobody else is giving you nothing. You ain't even charging people. How are
Mhm.
you generating revenue? When I give you my $200,000 this year, and our grant is not a continual thing, we're not going to give it to you next year. And we barely gave it to you this time because we like what you're doing, but we just really, really feel sorry for you. So we're going to give you this grant, right? So if we gave you this grant this year, and we're looking at what you presented to us, and we know that you don't know any other way to bring in money, we would have wasted our $200,000. If next year comes around and you're not selling a product or service, you're not charging people for registration or enrollment or whatever it is, you're not diversifying. You're just relying on us. So I gave you this $200,000 this year. Next year, you're not going to have anything. I'm not going to give you my $200,000.
Exactly. And that's part of the development of the programs. When we talk about budget, we talk about pricing. How are you going to make money from this particular program? Different ways, like Ty said, diversifying the ways that you make money. So you have a program, there's not just one way to make money from a program. It's not just about grants. It's not just about charging. It's about many different facets that you can use to actually fund your program and make the program become sustainable. So we talk about all of that. So we would really love to have you in our masterclass. If you're a nonprofit organization and you are struggling, the coffers, which means the bank account, empty, right? The bank account looks empty. Your bank account looks empty because you are funding the nonprofit organization from your personal savings, from your retirement account, which I need you guys to stop doing. Please don't do that. You're going to make yourself need a services of a nonprofit organization. Okay. And I mean, it's not funny. Like, I really want you to stop using all of your monies to float the organization. Yes, initially you do have to come out of pocket some monies to start the organization, but there's other ways to do that as well. We can talk about that too. But
you mentioned yesterday. You mentioned
the amount of money that most of you are coming out. You really don't have to if you set it up correctly. But we're going to talk about all of that. So please go ahead and sign up for Building Profitable Programs, a Logic Model Mastery. It's on the screen. Go to tvacon.com/Logic Model Mastery and sign up today. It is an investment in the success of your organization. It's an investment in the sustainability of your organization, an investment in creating impact that creates a long-lasting change in the community that you're serving.
Yesterday you mentioned board, and we're going to talk about that another day. But when you're talking about all this investing that they're doing, these loan leaders are doing up front. When I get a lot of these questions, I'm like, where are your boards? Like, what's going on? What's the funding plan? Y'all need to come together.
About boards. I'm sitting on a couple of boards I need to go.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah. You gotta go. Yeah,
some checks today. I forgot I got some emails.
You gotta go do board work. So funding plans and things like that you want to bring these people on. That's in the mastery. Okay, yes. So get your seat in the mastery. That's all I have to say about that. I'm not gonna mention the bonuses today.
By next week we'll have 3 bonuses instead of 2. Trust me.
Yeah, so I gotta stop thinking about these bonus stuff, Tracy, because we're gonna be working till next year.
I know, right? It's probably gonna, at this point, I can see the program going longer than the 6 months. We're probably gonna need, an extended period of time. Not that we're gonna charge them more, but just to make sure that they have a solid foundation. Because the one thing about Ty and I, which I think bonds both of us together and why we get along so well, is that we see things the same way. And we are truly, truly, truly invested in your success. Okay, especially if you're helping the community to elevate to a new level. And we know that nonprofits are an integral part of that, but we need you guys to cut the broke mentality. What is it? The poverty mentality out. Stop acting like because you're a nonprofit organization, you have to be broke. They're not synonymous. They are not synonymous with one another. I don't know if you want to hit on anything like that for the next 2 minutes, but trust me, poverty and nonprofits, they're not synonymous. That is a mindset shift that you're going to have to make in order to elevate to the next level. Yeah. Oh, I'm a nonprofit, so can you do this for me for free? Oh, I'm a nonprofit, so I don't have any money. That's not true. They don't listen. They don't go together.
Yeah, you are not the charity. Like, you're the public charity, and you're not the charity case. You're the public charity. That's kind of where I think we have to draw that line with your business.
Yeah.
Businesses make money.
Yes. And you are a business at the foundation. And if anybody's been following for a long time, I use this one phrase all the time. At the foundation of your nonprofit is a business. And every business makes money and has to make money in order to stay in business. And as a nonprofit organization, you're going to need to make a little bit more money than a for-profit organization in order to stay in business. Because
people you got to take care of. You got to take care of all these people. The people outside of your business. It's the thing, when you're in a for-profit business, you may have your staff and you're taking care of your staff and you're taking care
Or
of
it's just you.
or it's just you. But in a nonprofit business, if you have a staff, you got to take care of your staff, and you got to take care of this whole population of thousands of people that you say you're going to serve. So you got to make some money.
Yeah. And it can't be through grants only. That's just one funding source. So we'll talk about that further.
Right.
Go on over and sign up for building profitable programs, the Logic Model Mastery. Again, it's on the screen, www.tbacon.com/Logic Model Mastery. And we hope to see you on the other side. We'll be back next week, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Hey, y'all don't see us all the time.
Yeah, we'll be back next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, with some more tips to entice you to go on over and sign up. Because if you think anything that we're saying makes sense, imagine if you're in the program and we're literally holding your hand. You know how you walk your kid across the street and you check them? That's exactly what we're going to be doing, because we're that invested in your success. Ty, what's the guarantee again?
Funded or free guarantee. If you don't get funded, you get your money back, because we know that this works and you have to do it. That's the only thing. There's no catch. You got to do the work. You do the work, you get the funding. That's the end of that.
And that's a wrap, y'all. All right. Have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. I can't even speak. I've been on here so long.
That's that morning tea stuff you do early in the morning like that.
I got another one after this too.
Praise God.
All right. Bye, guys.